Ever look at your dog and just wonder what's going on in that furry little head? I mean, we all do, right? Well, today, we're gonna go way beyond the barks and the tail wags. We're gonna decode the secret silent language our dogs use to show us just how much they love us. It's the big question, isn't it? For any dog owner. You feel that incredible connection, but how are they actually saying it? Is it the sloppy kiss? That lean against your leg? Turns out the signs are all around us, all the time. We just need to learn how to read them. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We are going to translate that silent language. We're going to move past all the guesswork and really get to the heart of what your dog's most common and, most misunderstood behaviors actually mean.
To really, truly get what our dogs are telling us, we kind of have to shift our own perspective. We have to start looking at the bigger picture of how they communicate. It's so easy to just focus on a wagging tail and think, yep, happy dog. But that's just one letter in a giant alphabet. They use their entire bodies, their eyes, their ears, their whole posture to send these quiet, subtle messages of trust and love.
Okay, so let's dive into the really good stuff. We're gonna start translating some of these crucial signals, everything from the super obvious to the ones that are surprisingly easy to miss.
We have to start with one we all recognize, right? The joyful explosion. You walk through that door after being gone and your dog just loses their mind. This isn't just, nervous energy. It is an overwhelming, completely unfiltered explosion of pure joy that you, their absolute favorite person in the world, are finally back. Yeah, that level of excitement is pretty hard to miss. But the real magic, the deepest communication, a lot of that happens in the quieter moments. It happens with signals that are so much easier to overlook if you just don't know the language.
In fact, a lot of the sources on this topic point to one specific signal of affection that is incredibly common, but it's almost universally misunderstood by us humans. And that is what we are digging into next.
We're gonna call it the quiet ritual of sharing resources.
And I promise you, this behavior happens all the time, probably in your own living room. But we often get the meaning completely wrong. So when your dog brings you their favorite squeaky toy, what's our first thought? Oh, he wants to play. And yeah, sometimes he does. But way more often, this is something so much more profound. They are sharing their most valued possession with you. It is an act of total trust. It's their way of saying they see you as their leader and they want to share their treasures with you. Honestly, it's an act of honor.
And this deep, incredible bond, it isn't just behavioral. There's actually a powerful chemical reaction happening under the surface for both of you. So let's take a look at the science that's powering this connection.
Okay, one of the absolute most powerful ways your dog shows affection is also the most subtle. It's when your dog just looks at you and holds your gaze, really softly. This is not a challenge, it's not a stare down, it's a look of pure adoration. And what's wild is that it triggers a fascinating biological response. That response is all driven by a hormone called oxytocin. You've probably heard of it. It gets called the love hormone or the cuddle chemical. It's what our brains release when we bond with our loved ones, especially with our babies. And what's absolutely remarkable is that the very same thing happens with our dogs. And what this creates is this beautiful, self-reinforcing cycle. You gaze lovingly at your dog, their brain releases oxytocin, which makes them feel even more bonded to you. So what do? They gaze back at you, which then releases oxytocin in your brain, making you feel even closer to them. It's literally a silent conversation that chemically deepens your connection every single time it happens. It's amazing.
Okay, so we get the signals, we get the science. How do we actually use this stuff to become even better companions to them?
Look, knowing all this is the first step, and it's a great one. But the real change, that comes when you move this knowledge from your head to your heart. It's about actively looking for these moments in your everyday life. It's about tuning in and actually listening to what your dog is trying so hard to tell you.
So here's your takeaway. Start paying more attention to those quiet moments. The next time your dog brings you that slobbery tennis ball, just take a second before you throw it and thank them for the gift. When they look at you with those soft, loving eyes, just hold their gaze for a moment. Acknowledging these signals tells them, I hear you and I love you too. And that makes your relationship so much richer and more rewarding for both of you.
Ultimately, this isn't just about understanding dogs in general. It's about understanding your dog. So now that you know the language, what new conversations are you two going to have? What's your dog going to tell you tomorrow?